Welcome back to Deep Fact, where we dive into the most fascinating and bizarre celebrity facts in history. Today, we're taking a look at one of the most infamous Hollywood urban legends, the bizarre story that haunted actor Richard Gere in the 1980s, the Gerbil urban legend. Before we dive into this strange rumor, let's start with the basics. Richard Gere, a Hollywood heartthrob of the 1980s, starred in films that propelled him to international fame. With his classic good looks and acting chops, he became a household name, especially after films like American Gigolo and An Officer and a Gentleman. By the late 1980s, Gere was one of Hollywood's biggest stars, a symbol of the glitzy allure and romantic fantasy that audiences craved. But as with many celebrities, success in Hollywood sometimes comes with an unusual price, being the target of wild rumors. In the late 1980s, Gere became the subject of one of the strangest, most persistent, and unfounded urban legends ever to hit Hollywood. Out of nowhere, the bizarre Gerbil rumor surfaced. According to this rumor, which, let's be clear, is completely false, Gere was rushed to the hospital after a gerbil-related incident. This weird tale spread like wildfire, appearing in tabloids and becoming the butt of countless jokes. Late-night comedians couldn't resist turning the scandal into punchlines, and for years it became a part of Gere's public persona, whether he wanted it or not. But how did such a bizarre and completely false rumor even start? The perfect storm. Tabloids, fame, and 1980s. Gossip culture. Back in the 1980s, tabloid culture was at its peak. Magazines like the National Enquirer and Star fed the public's insatiable appetite for scandal. Gossip columns, too, thrived on outrageous headlines. If you were a celebrity, especially one as big as Richard Gere, you were a target for gossip, whether it was true or not. Tabloid journalists had become masters at sensationalism, creating headlines that promised salacious details, often with little regard for the truth. In the case of the Gerbil rumor, it was the perfect storm of fame, outrageous speculation, and a public that loved a good scandal. The rumor itself was, on the surface, ridiculous. No credible evidence ever surfaced to back the claim, and hospitals don't release information about patients, making it nearly impossible for anyone to substantiate such a tale. Yet, like many urban legends, the truth didn't matter. What made this rumor particularly potent was its mix of embarrassment, sexuality, and absurdity, three key elements that seem to fuel the most memorable myths. Some believe the Gerbil rumor started as a prank, meant to embarrass the actor. Others say it was a calculated move by competitors in Hollywood, jealous of Gere's success. Hollywood is a notoriously competitive town, where rumors are often used as weapons in the cutthroat world of fame. Whatever the origin, the tale took on a life of its own, and Gere found himself at the center of a storm of unwanted attention. How urban legends thrive. The psychology behind the Gerbil story. The strange and lasting appeal of the Gerbil rumor speaks to a deeper phenomenon that extends beyond Gere himself. Hollywood has always been a breeding ground for urban legends. Rumors like this spread because they tap into the darker aspects of human psychology, the desire to see the mighty fall, the thrill of the forbidden, and the power of taboo. Urban legends often endure because they carry with them a hint of the plausible, even if they're outrageous. This one, for example, played on Gere's reputation as a heartthrob and sex symbol, mixing his public image with something shockingly bizarre. The more shocking the story, the more it plays on people's curiosity, making them want to repeat it, no matter how strange it seems. Psychologically, rumors like these also tap into a kind of cultural voyeurism. People are fascinated by the private lives of celebrities, particularly when those private lives seem to reveal something lurid or forbidden. The Gerbil rumor played into this fascination, providing a bizarre fantasy of what could be happening behind the scenes in Hollywood. But why do some rumors stick while others don't? One theory suggests that urban legends endure when they challenge societal norms or play into the collective imagination. In Gere's case, the idea of a squeaky clean star being embroiled in such an odd and shocking story was irresistible to some. It was a story that challenged his pristine public image, adding a layer of intrigue. The silent treatment. Gere's response, or lack of it. For Gere, the rumor became more than just a bizarre story. It turned into an annoyance that followed him for years. What made matters worse was the persistence of the tale. The rumor was spread not only through gossip magazines but also through word of mouth. And once a rumor takes off, it's nearly impossible to stop it. Interestingly, Gere's response to the rumor, or lack thereof, was a deliberate strategy. Gere remained mostly silent on the matter, never addressing the rumor directly. In fact, he seemed to live by the old adage, "Don't feed the trolls." By refusing to comment on the rumor, Gere avoided giving it legitimacy. It was a savvy move, though the press continued to speculate and late-night comedians made him the punchline of their jokes. There's an important lesson here in how celebrities handle false rumors. While some choose to confront them head-on, Gere opted to rise above the fray. His silence sent a clear message. This rumor was beneath him, and in time, this approach helped Gere move past the scandal and maintain his dignity. The longevity of the rumor in the internet age. However, as the years passed, the rumor didn't entirely disappear. The internet became a breeding ground for myths and urban legends, and the Gerbil story found new life. With the rise of message boards, chat rooms, and online communities in the 1990s and early 2000s, old rumors like the Gerbil story were given new platforms to spread. The digital age made it even easier for bizarre stories to circulate, often without any basis in fact. Websites dedicated to celebrity gossip, along with the anonymity of the internet, allowed the rumor to persist in dark corners of the web. The more it was repeated, the more it became part of internet folklore. Even though the rumor was debunked, it continued to be part of the conversation, showing how hard it is to kill a well-established urban legend. The bigger picture, Richard Gere and the celebrity mythos. But what does this story tell us about celebrity culture in general? Gere's story is part of a larger narrative about how we treat celebrities and the sometimes cruel nature of fame. Richard Gere wasn't the first, nor will he be the last, celebrity to suffer from a strange urban legend. Over the years, many celebrities have faced similarly strange, false, and damaging rumors. For example, there's the infamous "Paul is dead" rumor, which claimed that Paul McCartney of the Beatles had died in the 1960s and was replaced by a look-alike. That rumor, while absurd, gained traction and still pops up in conspiracy circles today. Similarly, rock star Marilyn Manson was dogged by an urban legend in the late 1990s that claimed he had his ribs surgically removed to engage in a bizarre sexual act. These rumors, like the Gerbil story, highlight the strange dynamics of celebrity. People often feel entitled to celebrities' private lives, and the line between admiration and obsession can become blurred. In some ways, these stories represent a kind of backlash against the fame and fortune that celebrities enjoy. Fans place their idols on a pedestal, but they also seem to delight in seeing those idols fall. The truth always wins. Gere's legacy. Despite the persistent rumor, Richard Gere didn't let it define him. He continued to work in Hollywood, landing major roles in films like Pretty Woman, 1990, Primal Fear, 1996, and Chicago, 2002. Over time, he shifted his focus toward humanitarian work, particularly his advocacy for human rights in Tibet. Today, Gere is known not just for his acting career but also for his philanthropic efforts. Despite the ridiculousness of the rumor, Gere's reputation survived. In fact, his ability to rise above the fray only added to his appeal as a serious actor and respected figure. So where is Richard Gere today? He's an admired actor, philanthropist, and advocate for global causes. Despite the urban legends and rumors, he has enjoyed a long and successful career. The truth always wins out in the end, and in Gere's case, his legacy is defined by his talent, his activism, and his grace under pressure. Wrapping it up. So, there you have it. The infamous Gerbil urban legend, a strange and unfounded rumor that somehow stuck with Richard Gere throughout his career. But, as they say, the truth always wins. Richard Gere's story is a fascinating reminder of the strange and sometimes dark side of fame, and the resilience it takes to remain on top in the world of Hollywood. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more incredible facts and untold stories from the world of celebrities and history. Stay curious, and we'll see you next time on Deep Fact.